When it comes to Pokemon games, at least the newer ones, I personally don't buy them at launch. Then again, I don't purchase a lot of games at launch. I am someone that waits for a game to be complete since so many titles now launch with missing content that is vital to the game, and I would rather be patient than jump into a $60 title that really isn't worth it. Now, I thought that Sun and Moon looked really good. I still haven't played through it, but we are already at Sword and Shield's release. I used to think that Pokemon games were a little bit more sacred than year-by-year releases, but that is not the case anymore. We get them pretty consistently every year, and it is starting to catch up with Game Freak. But the Sword and Shield reviews are going up, gameplay is spreading across the internet, all of the features and missing features are out and in the open, and it seems less than promising. The game has quite a few problems from what we can see. But before we get into the video, if you enjoy the content that I create, please consider supporting the channel by sharing videos, following me on social media, and consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon. The links are in the description and the pinned comment. I am going to go through a list of the problems that exist so far with Sword and Shield, and the problems that most fans have. Graphical problems we've seen from gameplay, things that were promised yet aren't changed, and there are just a lot of things wrong with these games. So one of the major problems is that they have removed nearly 60% of the national dex, which kind of defeats the main purpose of the game, which is catching different Pokemon. Now, I personally don't mind the Pokemon cut, and hear me out, I like to complete the game, so with Pokemon, I like to catch every single Pokemon, if I can, so it makes it easier to fill your collection this way, but that wasn't the original plan from the game, from what we heard, for them cutting all of these Pokemon. They have also removed 144 moves from Pokemon, which, again, makes it so the game can have more of a baseline and more of a meta for players. But what really gets me is that a leak confirms that they are using the old 3DS models from Sun and Moon, and they are being reused in Sword and Shield when they specifically said that they were removing these Pokemon from the game due to having to remake models from scratch, which is now proven that they didn't do. Let's be honest here, it is sad to say, but Game Freak doesn't care at all. All they care about is that you open your wallet, take out your dollar bills, and give them your money. They do not care that there are no high-quality animations, that the textures of backgrounds and landscapes look pretty bad, and you would think that they would be much more polished than they currently look. There are massive cuts from the Pokédex, less moves, and just less content here. They just care about making their projected earnings because they know that people will buy their new Pokemon games, even if they are trash. They could cut out 90% of the content, and there would still be people that would buy these games. To me, it's not just about the content being removed in the game. It is that, of course, in one hand, but it is just the lack of transparency. Fans were told one thing and a completely different product is released, and that is what makes me not want to purchase this game. I support good game companies that don't lie to their consumers and cheat them out of their money. I expect a certain level of transparency and quality from a AAA $60 title, and neither seem to be here. I may sound angry here, but I'm personally not angry, just disappointed. The games have been declining in quality since they always want to just have the solid holiday release every single year, and we've hit an all-time low from all of the information we are seeing so far. I don't think that the game looks awful. I think that it has plenty of content, and I do think if you're a Pokemon fan, you could enjoy your time playing this. It's just about the broken promises, hearing something will be in the game that isn't in the final product, and I'd still like to play the game and review it, but at this point I think I'll just wait like I do with most games. I just think the lack of transparency here is what killed it for me, and I really hope if you purchase the game you enjoy it, but if you decided to change your mind and you did not purchase this game and you were planning to originally, please let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think about Game Freak lying about the content that would be in the game, lying about them having to cut Pokemon from the launch because they had so much extra work to do? I personally think that they would benefit from just scaling back their releases, maybe one release every 2 years, because it seems like since they had that jump from 2D to 3D, it's just been a really big problem for them, and they cannot keep up with the quality. But if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like. Of course, if you did not, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.